Soul Garden. Live, love, be.
Good morning! From my smartphone to yours, I'm Caston Love. Here from the stepº23 Garden Studios in Costa Mesa, California. This is your Tuesday Namaste Today. Good morning and namaste, and welcome to Namaste Today. I'm your host and spiritual life coach, stepº23. The modality I work in is psychic astrology, and the mission I'm on is to unite the light in my heart and help others unite the light in theirs. This webisode is for Tuesday, April 12, 2016. Today, the Great Human Walk has now reached step 23, Aries. Hello, friends. Thank you for joining me, and thank you if you've been recently referred to stepº23.tv. I'm stepº23, and my personal mission, like I said, is to help people come into their heart. Now, I'm not just saying this, but I really believe, and many astrologers would agree with me and other mystics out there on the web, that this is a fascinating time of ascension. We spend a lot of time working to get here as a species, and now we're really ready. We're really ready to put our spirituality into our politics or not, to put our spirituality into our business or not, to put our spirituality into our dance or not, right? This is the time to decide, and with the sun in Aries, truly it is. So without further ado, let me be of soul service to you. Take 3 breaths and give you today's megascope. Okay, and really that was like 4.5 breaths, by the way. The first thing that comes up for today is that it's going to be a very electric day as far as thoughts and things. Your thoughts will be extremely hyperactive. I think if you had a quantum breakthrough or an affirmation about a new direction or a new strength or a new chapter of your character to take, you should absolutely reach in there and go for it. Realize, for those who might be timid, that people who are not ready to give it a try, will often question, am I ready? Okay? And a lot of times people question because they're worried that they'll make a mistake, and they're worried they don't know enough. But the truth is the ones who have total disasters are the ones who never questioned, okay, if something was wrong. So in most cases, that may be the case. Today, you're going to be very mindful. The mindfulness that you have today is to architect your future. There's a lot of architecting to do. It all comes from who you are or who you're not. And in the last 22 days, I hope you've come to understand who you are or who you're not, at least as much as you can. And now the architecting is moving forward with that knowledge. So the mind will be extremely busy today. Now, the other side of things is feelings. We're in the master steps now of becoming who we are for this year. And in these master steps, you are now going to be feeling based. So expect to be sensitive. Expect to be oversensitive. Expect to pick up on everyone else's feelings. Expect to feel like a baby, because you are. You are, in the sense that you're creating a new version of yourself that's never been created before, not least in your own spiritual history, and you are very emotional about it, okay? Which means you need the extra blankets, the extra bottles, whatever the extra self-nurturing things are, and it's absolutely okay as far as I'm concerned. As a sensei, I always say it's much better to feel better now before you ever worry about making progress. You have to feel better now. So today is a combination for you where the mind is an excitement, planning, architecting, all these exciting, fresh ideas coming to the surface. Stir the baby. And so you have to be mindful of two things, not just what the mind wants to be mindful of, not just the things to think about, but also one eye on the baby, one eye on your feelings, one eye on how your feelings feel about it. A lot of people get caught up in arguments, especially day like today, where they don't know how they feel about it, so they're going to law of attract another person who doesn't know how they feel about it, and then neither of them know, and they'll argue with each other because they're trying to understand how they feel about it. All right, and if they come to the table knowing, it would be real quick impasse, wouldn't it? Maybe even helpful, maybe even compassionate to one another. So really the ship has sailed. The ship has sailed in the sense of, I think people, you know what you have to be or not be. You're either doing it or not doing it. Whether you decide to do it or not do it, whether you decide to try to climb up that stairway to heaven, which means try to be the highest serious light you can be in yourself, for yourself. If you go down that path, you must emotionally cope with walking down an unknown road. If you're not ready, if you feel like too much of a baby, if you don't have the tools in place, it doesn't matter what the excuse is. No one cares, because you have all the time on earth and all the time in the next civilization and so on and so forth as far as spirit is concerned. So take as much time as you need. But even though you didn't decide to climb into your highest, brightest good and try to create this new I am character, you must still emotionally cope. You must still emotionally be there for yourself. You must still emotionally create a strong ego that is going to win this level so that you can one day be ready to climb on your higher path. What's super important is that you are building really your future right now. You're building your future because the world is changing. So whatever you build is part of that changing world, and we all are building that future. As you build your future, you make your decisions, you say yes or no to certain things through the day, please try to be mindful of what your feelings will need, okay? And be mindful also of what your heart is building. That step 21, where it starts to get fun, as I like to teach, is the most powerful step. Being mindful of feelings and love, can't go wrong. All right, friend, thank you so much for joining me. This is Namaste Today. I'm a spiritual life coach, and you can find out more about me, no matter where you're watching right now, at seriousjoy.tv. Remember, friends, I love you, and live, love, be.
So